Good afternoon, folks. Mike Wells, your World Explorer. Today we have some maple logs to show you. Now, this is actually spalted maple. The spalting in here looks pretty well defined. These logs, when I picked them up, they were very light though, so really not sure what to expect. I felt this wood. It's not spongy, so we shouldn't have an issue in that department, but I do notice there are some bug holes. We're going to take this bark off too. If you look back here, you'll see more spalting. But the bark has to come off so we can see under there. And today we're going to go ahead and cut just a little bit of this to see what kind of pin blanks we can produce. Now here's the log. We're just going to cut this face off. So I want to cut about 2.5 inches this way so we can produce pen blanks out of this face. So I've got my chainsaw. I'm going to handle that right now. That's it. We just needed the one cut. Now, this is what it looks like on the one side. Now here's the inside. I don't know, can you see that good? That looks pretty good, huh? All right, let's chop it up, see what we got. So anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and produce blanks this way and this way. So let's do this. All right, there's what we have on the what could be perpendiculars. I'm sorry, this will be a parallel. So I'll cut these ends off here and there and produce some parallel cuts. But I don't know. We really got to discover what's in here. Let's check the inside part right there. Not terribly fascinating yet. We'll probably get some really good pieces, but I'm not terribly impressed yet. So let's just keep working at it, see what we get. All right, let's look. I mean, it's not fascinating. So now I want to produce some perpendicular cuts because I feel like that's what's really gonna shine out. So we got to go 2.5 inches. Let's see. I've got 2.5 inches marked on this piece of wood, so I'll use that as my barometer, right? So here we are, and that's where we want to make our cut, right about there. And let's make sure it's a straight cut. That's where we'll go. Let's check it one more time. Oh, let's do it. All right, so we have, that would be parallel, but we want some perpendiculars. So I'll pull some perpendicular cuts out of here, right there. And all of this center stuff isn't really all that impressive, so I don't know. This is going to be interesting to process this, because I really don't know what to expect. I've never worked with maple before. Let me process this out, and then I'll show you all the pieces after. All right, so this is what we have. The color transitions are kind of cool. That one's neat. It's got a little bit of figuring, which I suspect is rare for the maple. And again, the color transitions are cool. But as far as the features and the figuring, there's not a lot being showcased with this maple, especially on the inside, because the spalting didn't travel that far from the outside to the inside. So going forward, I might be taking some of the inside pieces and treating them further, but this one looks cool. That looks good. Same thing here. The outside pieces are loaded with colors and shape, features, and figuring. So yeah, that might have to be how I process this out. Now, it looked to me like if this stuff were left outside any longer to cure and to spalt further, this wood would become spongy. So, this is just how it is. So we'll chop all these up and see what we get. All right, folks, here's the yield from that one big slice. Let's get some close-ups and see what we have. Now there you see a really strong mix of colors. I don't know if that's blue. It's kind of like blue or greenish, but really cool. Here we've got some pears. Here you can clearly see that some of the wood is still moist, wet. So we're going to have to let these dry. Look at those. Now those are perpendicular cuts. For the live oak, the perpendicular cuts, they're not as good, but the parallel cuts are amazing. However, for the maple, oh, look at that, bugs. We're also going to have to treat these for bugs. However, the maple, when you do a parallel cut versus a perpendicular cut, when it's spalted like this, the perpendicular cuts are just amazing looking. So, yeah, the spalting didn't run completely through the wood. There's a lot going on in that pear. Look at this one. Amazing. So, oh, more color, heavy color. That's what we like. Those are extremely rare. The bluish colored, greenish colored ones. So yeah, the spalting with the perpendicular cuts, because look there, you don't see any spalting barely in that one. But with the spalting and the perpendicular cuts, you get a really nice effect going right there. Look at that though, that's a parallel cut. However, it was on the very outside of the wood. Is it going to, keep that form running through the blank? I don't think it will. So here are some perpendicular cuts with no spalting, but they have a color transition. So hopefully those turn out nice. Again, I'm going to have to cure these, dry them for them to look good. But see these four over here, they don't have a lot going on. They don't have a lot of color change, nothing. So they're kind of featureless, and they almost look like a 2x4 that was cut. you know, just some pine wood. So they're very boring. So I don't know if I'll keep pieces like this, but we'll see. Can't knock them until I turn them. So this is a lot of product here just from one slice, and I got a huge amount left to process. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That definitely helps the channel grow. And stay tuned because I got a lot more of this wood that I'm going to be cutting. This maple that is spalted. And have a great day.